Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and I welcome you to episode number 5 of the expansion point, where today we're going to be talking about a very exciting topic and even have a look into an exercise near the end as well too. And that topic is the language of synchronicity. So before I begin, I just want everybody to know that next week I will not be here for a show, unfortunately. I'm going to be taking a brief summer vacation next week. So taking about 5 days out of my schedule, enjoying a brief summer vacation, and then I'll be coming back the week after to continue my shows after that. So if you're just wondering what's happening to the expansion point if you don't see an episode next week, that's the reason. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started with the language of synchronicity. So synchronicity is the result of meaningful circumstance witnessed by its creator. Intention plus relationship equals synchronicity. So if we've been looking at the differences between coincidence and the idea of synchronicity, synchronicity is the aspect of chaos being assigned and harmonized into natural order based upon meeting. When we look into coincidence, coincidence is the result of order through chaos that has unassigned meaning, something that we're just witnessing, right? So that could be the typical difference between coincidence and synchronicity. But of course, our topic today is synchronicity. When one focuses their mind upon manifestation and releases the intent, the circumstance of the intent will arrive at the perfect moment when recognized by its creator. What is focused on will always return to you. The language of synchronicity becomes possible through the power of meaning through one's feelings. Now, this is a very important concept to grasp, especially as we're starting to develop ourselves. We're moving upon a spiritual journey. We're having our spiritual awakening. And when we start to finally let go and we just start to play with the universe is going to show us everything about ourselves. We have to look at it in the idea that it's like a rubber band, right? The more that we're pulling that rubber band back, this is our own will. This is our own intention. This is our own ego-based concept trying to control reality. And as long as we're trying to control reality, we're going to get more and more and more and more of that resistance, right? The more that we finally let go, the more that that rubber band shoots off, and now we start immersing ourselves into the flow. So there is certainly a channel known as Bashar that has talked about this, which is referred to as the rubber band analogy. And it's quite accurate, right? So the more you're just pulling against yourself and saying, no, I'm going to control my reality. I'm going to control this. I'm going to control the way things are going. I'm going to control this thing. I'm going to control that thing. Oh, this thing's happening to me. I'll go and try ahead and try to control it. Control, 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 control. And control is the greatest form of resistance you'll ever experience. So when you're finally playing with synchronicity, you're releasing yourself from the rubber band. You're now shooting yourself off. And now the appearance of chaos now starts to move together into assigned order. It starts to cluster itself, right? The universe is all intelligent, is all knowing, is all wise. And so when we are able to put trust into the flow of going with the universe, we're going to see some amazing things. We're going to experience some amazing things. We're going to find out all about ourselves with an open mind and the ability to love and the ability to listen. That is what's going to catapult you into living a life of synchronicity, where you're no longer in charge. You really don't have any say in regards to what it is that you truly are, right? In order for you to understand who you are, surrendering and allowing synchronicity to come into your life is the key of helping you to understand more of yourself. But as I've said before, in order for you to firstly understand yourself, you must know what you're not, right? And the aspect of control is a very big part of what you're not. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue here. Your subconscious mind holds meaning and feelings to all that you have ever experienced. When you align with the flow of synchronicity and become aware of the subtle signs through your feelings, intuition will guide you through synchronicity to help you understand more about your true self. The subconscious meanings within you will show you the way. It is when one searches and tries to control synchronicity that it will never happen. You must surrender to the flow, and only then will it find you. So a few days ago, I was doing an experiment on Facebook. I was posting, I called it a game, an exercise, really, for people to just post something that they have an intention to experience, and that synchronicity in the platform of Facebook would somehow come together to lead them. So some were able to experience some great revelations, some were able to feel synchronicity bonding together with them, and some were still having a little bit of lag time for that. But of course, there's no time limit. So really what this is saying here is that don't try and search for your synchronicity. You won't find it. Synchronicity doesn't function that way, right? The whole idea of Basic Manifestation 101 is have a focus, have an intention, form a relationship of meaning behind that intention, see how it's coming about, and send it off. After you send it off, leave it alone. Don't even touch it. Move on to something else, right? The universe knows what you're putting out there, okay? This goes back to the theta state, right? So you're doing those 15 minutes, or you can do the 33 affirmations of the intention that you're looking to create. You're posing that in the theta state to the God mind, and now you're sending it off. And now you don't think about it anymore. You let it go, and you move on to something else, and you trust in the universe to bring that synchronicity to you at the appropriate time, okay? I've done this many times, and every single time, the universe has answered, okay? It's all about learning how to speak the language of synchronicity, right? So really, like I've said in the very first episode, that if you're not willing to look into what you may feel is causing an obstacle, preventing you from working with this synchronicity, then this is where synchronicity is only going to pop back relating to that of a conflict, or that of an obstacle, or that of a barrier, right? You want to keep your mind clear. You want to keep your mind open to all possibilities. You're focusing your intent. You're forming that relationship of meaning towards that intention. And then again, you're sending that energy off, okay? And now you're letting it go. So synchronicity, when you start to learn how to speak the language, it is a reality unlike any other, right? This aspect of physical reality where people remain randomized in chaos is basically what's causing a lot of the suffering, because so many of us have been coerced into feeling that we need to control everything. And that is, again, what's taking the fun, what's taking the fruit, taking the essence out of life. Don't feel like you're in control, right? Let go of the ability to control things. Play with synchronicity, work with it, and say, okay, well, here's what I want to focus my intention on. Here's what I want to put my energy into. This is what I want to manifest. Okay, focus on that for, the 33 affirmations, the 15 minutes, and then being able to send it off and don't think about it. Now you go throughout your day, all of a sudden, a synchronicity sign hits you. Oh my God, this is what I was just asking for. And I saw it in this particular way. I saw it as this type of image. I saw this as this type of word, or whatever the stimuli may be that represents the anchor that's letting you know synchronicity has come to you, right? So the more that you're just playing with synchronicity, in fact, there's a very interesting way to play with synchronicity. And again, that's just going out and just talking to the universe, right? Just going out and just being able to place an intention forward. If you want to do that, even if you don't want to place an intention, you don't have to. You're just saying, universe, guide me. That's my intention, right? Universe, guide me wherever I should walk to, wherever I should drive to, whoever I should meet, right? You're doing what's known as blind synchronicity training. And what this is the intention is just allowing the universe to guide you. So you're giving meaning to the universe to come forward and guiding you through synchronicity. And it will, right? There's many different ways about how that can come about. But as I stated, there is an exercise that we're going to do together in this episode that will give you more of an understanding about how you can program the language of synchronicity, because synchronicity is a language. Or Brad, what can you say about synchronicity, about what it is? Well, it's the idea that you create an imprint of your manifestation, okay? It's like a barcode, right? You're putting a barcode, a stamp, onto a manifestation. You're saying, okay, This is what I'm looking to bring into my reality. I'm focusing it, I'm making it stronger, I'm making it stronger, I'm making it stronger, I'm making it stronger. Send it out. There's so much energy behind that focused intent, universe is going to boomerang it back to you, right? Because it has your own unique barcode, right? It has your imprint. It has your stamp of approval on that. And when you are doing that and that's coming back into your own reality again, this is the idea of synchronicity bringing it to you. So it's letting you know of some type of imprint association relating to what that manifestation is. So for example, whatever it is you want to manifest, let it present in some form of synchronicity as a black cat, right? And now all of a sudden you're seeing this black cat just crossing the road and say, oh my God, that's my synchronicity in motion. That means it's coming to pass. That's right. And all of a sudden after you see that black cat, now all of a sudden there's an event that comes together that is showing you a larger degree of the synchronicity that you have asked for, the event, the manifestation that's coming together. So what we want to do is we want to program reality to let us know that these imprints of manifestation are coming into our life, right? So like I said, the black cat can walk by, and that is just part of a symbol that you've created to letting you know that your synchronicity is happening, letting you know that your event has been heard, letting you know that it has been processed. And then shortly after that, there is another impending event that takes place that is letting you know your synchronicity has come to life, right? This is how fun the universe can be. So again, this can bring about anything to you. This can bring about financial abundance. This can bring about a new relationship. This can bring a new career. Whatever it is that you want to create, whatever it is you want to manifest, as long as you're open and you're being mindful if there are any barriers in the way, right? And I've talked about in previous episodes about how we dissolve those barriers, right? We need to look into the power of our choice, right? So when you notice that those barriers are coming in, firstly, don't be discouraged. Work with them. Start dissolving those barriers. Start working together and realizing that I made a choice in the past that told me this is how I felt about myself, but I no longer feel about myself in that way. So I'm going to renew my feeling of choice that's going to harmonize that old choice and now make me feel free again, right? Because now I'm feeling good about myself. Now I'm complimenting myself. Now I'm loving myself. Now I'm honoring myself. I'm no longer holding a grudge towards anybody because it's not about that person. It was about what I felt that person represented, and that was the emotional assignment. So I'm dissolving that. I'm transitioning that. I'm harmonizing that back into myself. Now there's no barriers there. Now I can play with the universe. Now I can bring about a great relationship. Now I can bring about a great career. Now I can bring about great financial abundance because synchronicity is letting me know the signs. We have the ability to imprint these clues into reality of knowing what path to take and what path not to take, right? Like I said, the black cat example, right? When you're seeing a black cat walking down the street and all of a sudden it clicks to you and saying, oh my God, that's it. This is what I need to do, right? Synchronicity will speak to you because you're being the programmer. You're the creator, right? So synchronicity will work together in that alignment with you. It'll let you know when you're walking the path, when you're starting to walk down this golden trail, right? It will show you because you've programmed it to show you specifically. Universe will not deny you showing and imprinting your own manifestation and your own clues to letting you know that you're on the right path, right? And there's only your right path, right? We can't decide a right or a wrong path for somebody else. It's only through us because right and wrong is a perceptual understanding, right? So when you really start to work together with this and you start to play with synchronicity and you now start to generate your entire reality, you're playing with everything. Okay, universe, show me exactly when I'm on the right path. Give me this imprint here. Maybe if it's regarding a career, if it's relating a relationship, whatever it is, regarding a relationship. And you're imprinting that. The universe says, all right, right? You're putting a lot of focus and intention on those clues. You're sending it out. You put your barcode on it. And now it comes back. It's letting you know when you're following a right path. It can also let you know when you're following a wrong path as well, too. You program it, right? You're a programmer. You're programming all these things together within your reality to letting you know where you belong and where you don't, right? The universe will show you very clear signs as long as you work together in harmony with it. You team up with it. You ally with it. It becomes your companion. This is what's known as the reality body, right? You're working with the reality body because the reality body's language is synchronicity, right? So this is how you're getting a greater grasp of synchronicity, of understanding, playing with the universe, putting out these really strong intentions, letting them out, and now just continuing on your day, and you will know when the clues happen. So let's move on. So the synchronicity exercise, programming your subconscious. So firstly, think of something with great meaning that you wish to have brought into your life. A relationship, a financial abundance, career, a trip, etc. If you have to pause this video, if you're watching this on recording, go ahead and do so, right? This is basically meant for the recording aspect. So just pause this video and just say, what is it that you want to give great meaning to? What did you want to have brought into your life? Next, we want to give the synchronicity a sign, an easy symbol, so that you will recognize it when you will see it. A number, a word, a color, an animal. Let it be something that you know you will come across in your daily life, okay? Don't make it something that you feel would be beyond impossible. If a rocket ship fell from the moon, and landed in my backyard, then that knows I might get a promotion. No, you don't have to be so outrageous, right? Look at something simple. Give it some type of intention. Even if you can't think about it, just say out loud, universe, provide a symbol to me that I know I will be able to easily recognize, okay? And you will be able to recognize it. So if you can't even think of anything, you don't have to think about anything. Just tell the universe, send me an easy symbol that I will be able to recognize once it is brought into my attention. Okay? You can say that as well too. Take a moment to program your intention and assign it as an easy symbol to recognize. Repeat this program into your mind for 1 minute. Afterwards, let it go, and synchronicity will take care of the rest. So again, this is kind of a miniature exercise because we're just programming it for 1 minute, okay? So if I was to say, bring infinite financial abundance to me, right? It's like going back into the God mind again, right? But we're just doing this for 1 minute. We just want to do something simple, right? It doesn't have to be something so extravagant. It doesn't have to be anything so absolutely enormous. Just something simple, a simple manifestation, right? I'll find money on the ground today, right? Maybe I'll find a quarter and I'll pick it up, right? And maybe that's a manifestation that I bring about. Just something very, very simple. That's why we're only giving it 1 minute of focus, right? Just something very simple that represents, am I on a path to financial abundance? Am I on a path towards a promising career, a trip, whatever it may be, right? We're just programming that with our subconscious. So again, you want to do it for 1 minute. Afterward, after you're charging it up, let it go, and synchronicity will take care of the rest. If you see your symbol today, do not ignore it or dismiss it, no matter how it comes about. Oh, well, it was just so subtle, I don't think that really counts. It's not a counting game here, right? It's the idea that as soon as you feel that recognized symbol that comes together into your life, take it seriously. Really look into it and say, oh my God, this happened, right? It could be the idea that a white butterfly, flies by you. And all of a sudden, that's something you recognize, right? You may not have asked for a white butterfly. You just said, universe, let it present however it wants to. A simple, easy symbol that I can recognize. All of a sudden, that butterfly that flies by makes you click and say, oh, something's happening. There's a synchronicity coming together. All of a sudden, you walk down and, hey, there's 20 bucks on the ground, right? And you're asking for financial abundance, for example. That's something that can come about, okay? Secondly, don't worry about time limits, okay? It's not about time limits and saying, oh, I got this within 5 minutes, or I got this within an hour, I got this within 2 days, etc. Don't worry about that so much, right? After you receive it, and if you want to look back at that and say, oh, okay, it took me a day to do that, that's fine. But don't feel that you're in a rush. Don't feel that you're trying to rush your synchronicity. Like I said, when you try to search for synchronicity, it will not come. Synchronicity wants to surprise you, right? It wants to completely catch you off guard and say, oh, wow, there's a synchronicity there. Right? So we're not trying to control synchronicity. That defeats the purpose. Synchronicity is anti-control. Okay? It's brought in through flow of the universe. It is not brought in through your own physical self-control. That's how you ruin it. Okay? So let's keep control out of this. Let's keep searching for the synchronicity out of this. Create a simple symbol, or again, put that intention out for a simple symbol. to be recognized by you through the universe's own intent, and let it present in that way. Okay? So again, don't ignore it, don't dismiss it. Value your symbol's energy. Value it when your symbol emerges. This is your intention programming your reality through synchronicity. By doing this, you have successfully programmed your language of synchronicity. So what I'm teaching you guys today, girls today, right, is how to speak a new language. And this is the ultimate language, right? This is the language of the universe, and this is synchronicity. Now, as I said, you're the programmer, you're the creator, you're the one that's putting all of these blueprints together, and you're meshing this energy and putting out that manifestation. You can program your reality, right? When it says this is you on the right path, here's a synchronicity sign. You're not following your right path, here's a synchronicity sign. Okay? It can be an 11:11 on the clock. It can be a 2:22 on the clock, right? You can program it in that way as well too. You may want to again see it as a number, and that number will come together. And you'll be amazed and saying, okay, I just want to see the number 2. My number 2 is the easy sign. Whenever I see the number 2 very clearly, that's letting me know that my synchronicity is in motion, that my synchronicity is happening, that it's taking place. Now you start walking outside. You see 2s everywhere. You see 2 people walking down the street. You see a guy with a backpack that has a number 2 on it, right? You look at your clock, all of a sudden it's 2 p.m., right? Or it's 2:22, right? The universe is going to start playing with you, right? Because you're commanding it, right? It is your interface. This is yours. It's your universe. Let that sink in very, very deeply. This isn't somebody else's universe. This is yours. This is your reality. This is your body. This is your programming. This is your creation. This is your creativity. All yours. 100%. Brad, are you saying this is mine 100%? Yes. Yours. 100%. Play with it. Program your reality. Make synchronicity yours, right? Let it be your language. Let it speak to you, okay? It will tell you everything about yourself, right? Because we're playing with the subconscious. And when we're playing with the subconscious and we're saying, okay, what's my right path? What's my wrong path? Am I on the path? Am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to do that? You can program your reality to tell you plain and clearly, boldly, this is your path, or this is what you're not supposed to be doing, right? So you'll get those particular forms of signs, right? You may feel that you're going for a job interview and you may feel that it's pretty good. All of a sudden the universe gives you this synchronicity imprint, the synchronicity code, and saying, nope, not for you. Now you can ignore that and then therefore go forward and get into disappointment, or you can listen to that synchronicity sign and say, okay, yeah, you're right. It's not a job for me. Right? And so synchronicity is telling you this, right? You may be on a nice date, right, with somebody. You felt that it went pretty good. So yeah, maybe I got a future with this person. Maybe I got a future with this person. All of a sudden a synchronicity sign comes in and saying, not them. It's not them, right? Move on. Continue forward, right? Listen to your synchronicities, okay? Because when we start getting very, very attached to something and we think, oh, you know, something will go very, very smoothly, when synchronicity is telling you, it's not going to go smoothly, listen to it, right? I've been the result of that as well, too, in the past, right? Not listening to synchronicity, but these last couple of years, when synchronicity has come together, absolutely objective and appreciative to what the signs themselves show, okay? So this is the language of synchronicity, so go ahead and try that exercise. Now, if you feel you want to make it longer than a minute, if you want to do the 33 affirmation in the God mind relating to your synchronicity, by all means go ahead and do that. But again, as I stated, this is just a simple synchronicity exercise, just for something very simple. This doesn't have to be, again, anything extravagant or worldwide life-changing in that particular way. Just something simple, right? I just want to bring about financial abundance today. Okay, manifest that. Make that a strong intention. Either assign a sign to it, or let the universe bring one to you and let it present. All right, just send it out. So, okay, let it present when it's ready, and now going forward with your day. Okay, that's it. That's the language of synchronicity. Okay, so why don't we go to the comments here. I'm just going to look down the comments list if anybody has any questions relating to what I've talked about today with the language of synchronicity. Nancy says, nice haircut and beard trim. Oh, thank you. It's a new vibration. um, yes, light language can certainly show up in various ways as well too. So for those of you that are familiar with light language, you can certainly do that if that's part of your imprint, if that's a big part of your subconscious that creates recognition. You can certainly work with light language in that way. Allow the flow to guide you. Absolutely, you got it. Right? I found 20 books on the ground just last week. Excellent. There you go. Synchronicity about that reminder, huh? About the abundance that's in your life, Diana. Thank you again for sharing that. All right. I love you guys too as well, very much. Thank you. All right. Well, again, guys, this is just, again, a simple exercise that you can practice. And like I said, the more that you practice this, the more that this will become very, very natural to you, right? You want to make sure that you're playing with synchronicity on a daily basis, even if it's a simple synchronicity exercise as well, too. You know, again, like I said, you just want to see the number 2. Maybe there's not even a big meaning behind it, but you're just playing with the universe and saying, today I just want to see as much as the number 2 as possible, right? And you send it out there, all of a sudden you just can't stop seeing 2s. 2s are everywhere. 2 pairs of people, you know, two branches hanging down from a tree, right? The number 2 just flashing on billboards, etc., etc. And that's letting you know that you're practicing with your extensions. You're bringing the big muscles of synchronicity together. You're flexing your synchronicity body, your reality body, right? And now synchronicity is letting you know, hey, I'm here. I'm able to be recognized, right? It's just me putting in a subconscious imprint into my reality. And now it's letting me know that these things are coming together because of the meaning that I have assigned them as, right? I brought these together and I can play with this. I can work with synchronicity. I can entirely program my reality. It's possible because I am my reality. I am my universe. Everything is 100% you. All right. So go ahead and play with this. And even if you have updates on this, feel free to post it in the comments. And I'd love to hear more about the synchronicities that you are able to create and manifest through yourselves. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for this episode. So again, a reminder, I will not be here next week, but in 2 weeks' time, I will return for the next episode. And the next episode will be focusing on life transitioning, okay, looking into the aspect of death and how how we're going to look more deeply into that and understanding what exists beyond that, that particular transitional phase. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into the Expansion Point. I'm your host, Brad Johnson, and I look forward to speaking to you again in 2 weeks' time. May it be well with you. Namaste. Take care. Goodbye.